What if the reason most people fail in difficult situations isn't because they lack strength, tools, or knowledge, but because they can't adapt? Because when reality stops matching your expectations, everything changes. Plans fall apart. Conditions shift. What worked yesterday suddenly doesn't work today. And in that moment, you either adjust or you fall behind. This is why adaptability is one of the most important survival skills a man can develop. In wartime, in the wilderness, and even in everyday life, the men who made it through weren't always the strongest. They were the ones who could think clearly, adjust quickly, and keep moving forward no matter what changed. So, in this video, we're going deep into how to stay adaptable, not just in theory, but in practical real-world ways you can apply immediately. The reality is, plans will fail. Let's start with the truth most people avoid. No plan survives reality unchanged. You can prepare, organize, and think ahead. But once you're in motion, things will shift. Weather changes, tools break, people behave differently than expected. The problem isn't that plans fail. The problem is when you fail to adjust with them. Rigid thinking leads to hesitation. Hesitation leads to mistakes. Adaptability begins when you accept that your plan is temporary. Your objective is permanent. Focus on the mission, not the method. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Your goal is what matters, not how you get there. Let's say your goal is to stay safe, reach shelter, or solve a problem. There are many paths to that outcome. Adaptable men constantly ask, is this still working? Is there a better way? What else can I try? When one method fails, they don't freeze. They switch gears immediately. Control your response, not the situation. You know, you simply can't control everything. You can't control the weather, or, well, other people, or those unexpected events life throws at you. But what you can control are your decisions, your attitude, and your next move. Most people, they waste a lot of energy fighting things they can't change. Adaptable men, on the other hand, they redirect that energy into what they can actually influence. And honestly, this keeps them effective, even in chaos. Stay calm under pressure. Adaptability is impossible without control. When stress hits, your body just wants to panic. Your heart rate spikes, your thinking narrows, and you rush decisions. This, right here, is where most men lose their edge. To stay adaptable, you must slow your breathing, take a brief pause, and recenter your focus. Even a few seconds of calm thinking, it can prevent a bad decision. Remember, calm creates clarity, and clarity creates options. Observe before acting. One of the simplest but most powerful habits is to pause, look, and then act. When conditions change, don't react instantly. Instead, scan your surroundings, identify what's different, and look for new opportunities. Adaptable men, they gather information before making moves. Because, well, the more you see, the better you decide. Think in options, not answers. Rigid thinkers look for one correct answer. Adaptable thinkers look for multiple options. They ask, what are my choices? What happens if I try this? What's the backup plan? When you think in options, you're never stuck. You always have another move. Embrace discomfort. Adaptation, well, it rarely feels comfortable. It means stepping into uncertainty, trying something new, and, taking a different path. Most people resist this because, honestly, it just feels wrong. But adaptable men expect it. They understand that growth feels uncomfortable, change feels uncertain, and progress, it requires adjustment. Instead of avoiding discomfort, they move through it. Improvisation is really just adaptability in action. It's the ability to solve problems using whatever is available. In real-world situations, you won't always have ideal tools, but you will always have something. Adaptable men ask themselves, what can I use here? How can I make this work? They turn limitations into solutions, and that's what keeps them moving forward. Expect things to go wrong. This is honestly a powerful mindset shift. Instead of hoping everything goes smoothly, expect challenges. When you do this, you're less surprised, you react faster, and you stay mentally prepared. Unexpected problems become expected obstacles, and that makes them easier to handle. Keep it simple. Complex plans, well, they break easily. Simple plans bend and adjust. Adaptable men keep things clear, simple goals, simple actions, flexible structure. When something changes, they don't need to rethink everything. They just adjust the next step. Avoid tunnel vision. Under stress, it's easy to lock onto one idea. You think, this is the only way. That's tunnel vision, and it really limits adaptability. To avoid it, step back mentally. Look at the bigger picture. Consider alternatives. Sometimes the best solution is the one you weren't even focused on. Make decisions, then adjust. Some men get stuck overthinking. They wait for the perfect answer. But in real situations, perfection doesn't exist. Adaptable men make a decision, take action, and adjust if needed. Movement creates feedback, and feedback helps you improve your next move. Learn from every outcome. Every situation teaches you something, even mistakes, Adaptable men reflect. What worked? What didn't? What would I change next time? This builds experience, and experience makes future adaptation faster and, a lot easier. Build mental toughness. Adaptability, it really requires resilience. You will face frustration, setbacks, and uncertainty. Mental toughness keeps you steady. It allows you to stay focused, keep thinking, and keep moving. Without it, even small problems feel overwhelming. Stay physically ready. Your body supports your mind. If you're exhausted, dehydrated, or weak, your ability to adapt drops. So take care of hydration, energy levels, and rest when possible. A strong body supports clear thinking. Awareness is everything. You can't adapt to what you don't notice. Stay aware of changes in your environment, shifts in conditions, and new risks and opportunities. Awareness gives you time, and time gives you options. Small adjustments win. Adaptability doesn't always mean big changes. Often, it's small shifts. Changing direction slightly, adjusting timing, modifying your approach. These small moves keep you aligned with reality. Think of adaptability as constant fine-tuning. Accept imperfection. You won't always get it right, and that's normal. Adaptability is not about perfection, it's about correction. Make a move, evaluate, adjust. That's how progress happens. Confidence through experience. The more you practice adapting, the more confident you become. Confidence reduces hesitation, And less hesitation means faster, better decisions. Build experience by trying new approaches, practicing problem-solving and challenging yourself regularly. Confidence makes adaptability natural. Bringing it all together now, let's simplify everything into core principles. Stay calm under pressure. Focus on the objective. Think in options. Observe before acting. Embrace discomfort. Improvise with what you have. Expect change. Keep it simple. Avoid tunnel vision. Make decisions and adjust. Learn from experience. Stay aware. Build mental toughness. This is what adaptability looks like in action. Final thoughts. Life doesn't follow a script. Conditions change, plans fail, problems appear. But adaptability gives you an advantage. It keeps you in control, even when things don't go your way. It allows you to adjust, recover, and keep moving forward. Because in the end, it's not the strongest who succeed. It's not the smartest alone. It's the ones who can adapt, adjust, and refuse to stay stuck. If you take one thing from this, don't aim for perfect plans. Aim to become the kind of man who can handle anything, because he knows how to adapt. And that is what keeps you moving forward when everything else breaks.